Tune in to the MacMan Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the MacMan Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show.
Sitting at home or you in your car. It's the MacMan Morning Show. No matter if you get far. It's the MacMan Morning Show. You better tune in quick or you might just miss. It's the MacMan Morning Show. The best show this side of the sea. It's the MacMan Morning Show.
It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show.
Sitting at home or you in your car. It's the MacMan Morning Show. No matter if you get far. It's the MacMan Morning Show. You better tune in quick or you might just miss. It's the MacMan Morning Show. The best show this side of the sea. It's the MacMan Morning Show.
It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show. It's the MacMan Morning Show.
And good morning to all of you, all Grand Rising. Also, this is Thursday morning, and this is the MacMan Morning Show. And I'd like to say good morning to all of you, good Grand Rising, all those great things on this beautiful, beautiful day that we have. It's a day that we've never seen and will never come again. We got new days ahead, I believe. Good morning to each and every one of you that are in our chat. Welcome to our listeners each and every morning on YouTube and on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial here live and direct everywhere. I want to say good morning to all of you. Good morning to our moderators and everyone that's here today. I got a lot of good feedback, and I got some questions from some people about our coverage that we've been having this past week. I hope that it has been helpful. I hope that you all are happy and that you're doing well. I'm grateful. Good morning to Paul is here. Everybody's here. Alice is here. All right, everybody's coming in, and we're just happy to have you all here this morning. You know something? It is still a shock to people of what's going on here in with the election and what's been going on. There was a situation, someone sent me a video of a situation in Chicago. I want to let everybody know that, let you know that people are upset. People are upset with the Democratic Party. People are upset with the way things had occurred and what has happened. And we want to know about it. We've taken out this week as a series to give our audience, our participants, people that listen to us every day. Sometimes people want to just express themselves. And then after expressing ourselves, folks, we got to put our efforts together to make sure, one, that our vote is never taken advantage of, two, that we're paid attention to. People know about attention. People try to get attention on everything, but we need to get some attention shined on the issues that are getting ready to come, and the coming administration, or the incoming administration, are striking already. And if you haven't listened to the news, I know I have not just peeled my eyes onto it. I get all of my alerts and all those things, but it's rather disturbing what's getting ready to occur. I don't think people really take it seriously. We're going about it. I'm not saying that you got to just jump up and down and go crazy or something like that or lose your mind. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying simply that we as people, as Black people, have people that have been, not just Black people, people in general, Black, white, everybody. It's going to affect everybody, especially the middle class as we know it will not be. They're doing a whole lot of things behind the scenes that the man with the orange makeup, don't say we did not tell you so. Don't say you have not been warned. We've been preaching, talking, and trying to let you know that Project 2025 is real. It is real. It is real. I'm working on my headset. Y'all just be patient with me. How about now? Can you hear me now? How's that? Tell me how I'm doing. Put it in the chat. I don't like doing adjustments like that, but we have to make sure that we're doing what we do. Good morning to everybody. Good morning. Great day to our panel. We have I Said What I Said, our chief contributor, Brother Lee, and our chief correspondent, I Said What I Said, are here this morning. We got an interesting update coming from Dalton. Yeah, I got some news, and I got Dr. Nikita Cloud is going to come on, who has been real helpful to us in what we're doing. I hope you all can hear me. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. We're going to do something. I'm going to take a quick ID break. Give me a minute to come back. I want to put something on your mind before I get ready to go into our broadcast. Our panel is here. Everybody's here. I want y'all to just feel this right quick. This is one of my she-rolls. Annie Lou Hamer is a hero, a she-roll to many, although she's gone. But her words ring loud. Democratic Party, listen to what this woman did to try to get poor people recognized and to try to get those that are disenfranchised a word and a voice. Here, we're going to listen to Ms. Hamer, and I'll be right back in a little bit.
Mr. Chairman, and to the Credentials Committee, my name is Mrs. Fannie Lou Hamer, and I live at 626 East Lafayette Street, Roosevelt, Mississippi, Sunflower County, the home of Senator James O. Eastland and Senator Stinney. It was the 31st of August in 1962 that 18 of us traveled 26 miles to the county courthouse in Indianola to try to register to become first-class citizens. We was met in Indianola by policemen, highway patrolmen, and they only allowed 2 of us in to take the literacy test at the time. After we had taken this test and started back to Roosevelt, we was held up by the city police and the state highway patrolmen and carried back to Indianola, where the bus driver was charged that day with driving a bus the wrong color. After we paid the fine among us, we continued on to Roosevelt, And Reverend Jeff Sonny carried me 4 miles in the rural area where I had worked as a timekeeper and sharecropper for 18 years. I was met there by my children that told me the plantation owner was angry because I had gone down, tried to register. After they told me, my husband came and said the plantation owner was raising Cain because I had tried to register. And before he quit talking, the plantation owner came and said, Fannie Lou, do you know, did Pap tell you what I said? And I said, yes, sir. He said, well, I mean that if you don't go down and withdraw your registration, you will have to leave. Said, then if you go down and withdraw, that you still might have to go because we are not ready for that in Mississippi. And I addressed him and told him that I didn't try to register for you. I tried to register for myself. I had to leave that same night. All of this is on account of we want to register to become first-class citizens. And if the Freedom Democratic Party is not seated now, I question America. Is this America, the land of the free and the home of the brave, where we have to sleep with our telephones off of the hook because our lives be threatened daily, because we want to live as decent human beings in America? Thank you.
And we're back. This is the MacMan Morning Show. Good morning to everybody. Again, can you hear me? If you cannot hear me, let me know. Let me know. All right.
Tune in to the MacMan Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the MacMan Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there. Ain't nothing wrong with getting your bunny on with MacMan Morning Show very own Mr. Lee.
When I was a kid, Mama looked at you before you got in the stove. She looked, I don't want to you don't put your hands on. You don't ask for shit. We ain't eating. We wait till we get home. But kids now, it's like, you know what you do, stupid, you know. He got a note saying that he's allergic to peanut butter, he's allergic to jelly, he's allergic to bread, he got gluten-free, he gave me this, he gave me that, and then he got a note saying he got DDT, ADT, or Rivian, or whatever. He can just stand on the table, he can do whatever he want to do. What kind of is that?
All right, you're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the MacMan Morning Show. I'm James Mack. Once again, I hope that you can hear me. We had some difficulties with our server. That's okay. We're working on that now. I'd like to say good morning to all of you that can that hear me from near and far. I played Fannie Lou Hamer again, and you all, it's real important what I'm going to say. There has been on good information that I heard that the mistakes that were made by the Democratic Party here in the United States is it's messed up, y'all. I should have did this earlier, and I'm going to familiarize myself with this great technology that we have. First of all, before I go any further, let me say good morning to our panel. I said what I said, our chief correspondent, and also Brother Lee, our chief contributor. Say good morning to folks. Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing?
Good morning, James, and good morning, everybody. Good morning,
Good
Lee.
morning.
Great day. If I got to tell you Negroes one more time
We get it together. We can't say that on the air. You can't
you
say
say
that on
good
the air,
morning
Lee.
one more time, I'm
You
going to
can't say
jail.
that on the
Going to
air.
jail.
Okay, we don't want Lee to
Yes
go.
I
We don't
can.
want me.
Yes
We
I
don't want Lee
can
to go to
say.
jail.
Yes I can say Negroes. I can't say
Yes,
the other word,
the
but
other
I can
part.
definitely say Negroes. If you Negroes keep on opening your statements with that word, I'm gonna go to jail.
Okay, don't go to jail, Lee. We need
Lord
you
have
here.
mercy.
I said what I said. Got your bail money. She'll help you out. We'll get an offering together, pass the hat.
No,
But
no,
good
no,
morning.
no,
That's
no.
not. That's
I'm gonna leave him in there.
no, you ain't gonna
You
leave that
gonna you gonna
husband in
leave
there.
me
That's
in
her
there?
broadcast.
Yes.
You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. You
Well,
Grand
today
Rising.
I wanted to. Okay, grand rising, everybody. I'll do the grand rise. Y'all leave Lee alone. We don't want to go into jail or nothing. But look, I have brother Lee. Sister, I said what I said. I have a wonderful uh, guest that I'd like to bring up before we get into what we're going to really. This is pertaining to what we're talking about. I'd like to introduce to you all someone that is very, very familiar and is a friend of our show, who has worked tirelessly to get us information that we do need. So, I'm the type of person, and some people say, well, why you like that? The hottest things are going, and you ought to do this and that. I'm not a gossip columnist. I'm going to say that one more time. I'm not a gossip columnist. I do not do that kind of things. That's not me. What I mean is news, and news is news. And with that news, we got to properly make sure that things are done. I know we get excited and I know that we have fun, but listen, I want to bring someone on real quick because her time is very valuable and I appreciate uh, her taking out her time. I have Dr. Nikita Cloud is here with us. She is the one of the persons that is involved with Project. I want to say Project Alphabet with Clean House 2025. All this 2025 gets us confused. Our friends in Dalton, uh, the wonderful trustee board, and those that we talked to, the future mayor of Dalton, Jason House, on last up weeks ago. I think we were on the phone. They were voting and everything, and Dr. Peter brought him on. I want to thank her. There's our friend. Trustee Belcher, there go Trustee Norwood, there's Clerk Key, and our brother uh, Steves, Trustee Steves. We thank Dr. Nikita for being here. We know that, like I said, I don't want to keep her past her time. She got a whole lot of work to do, but I'd like to bring up a friend of our show. Here she is, Dr. Nikita. Welcome to the McMahon Morning Show again. Good morning to you, ma'am. I think you're still muted. Let me see if I can.
Sorry, hold
All
on.
right, okay, all right, okay,
Can you
we
hear me
got you
now?
now. I
Great
hear your voice.
morning. How are
Yeah,
you guys doing?
great morning. We don't want you sending Brother Lee to the jailhouse, so we gonna straighten up our good.
I said
Good.
great morning,
Brother
not
Lee,
good
he me,
morning.
Brother Lee. I want to bring Brother Lee. That's Doctor Nikita, and you see how she heard your voice and everything. We welcome you here, Doctor Nikita. I want to thank you for the information that you send to us. Um, Dr. Nikita gave me she sent me some information that was very vital, and I'm bringing this up right now because I think
Yeah.
that this needs to be said. There are, let me get this off right quick. So I'm sorry, Alice, I had to use that space. This letter came from the Illinois Department of Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board. This is the board that's responsible for all of the certifications and to make sure that everything is up to par for law enforcement officers. Dr. Nikita, I want you to get in depth on this new information, although it's not new to everyone, but it's going to be new to our audience about what's going on there. Give us an update on what you know and what's happening in
Okay.
the village of Dalton. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Great. So, as you know, the last board meeting, the mayor Tiffany Henyard, she had the opportunity per court order that she can temporarily appoint a attorney, a corporate counsel, as well as a police chief. However, they did not go through the process as far as the police chief through the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board. And where it stands, Mr. Burge, who is the temporarily appointed police chief, had not gone and gotten his proper credentials. So according to this state agency, for all intents and purposes, he is not allowed to be an officer. So just a little backstory, he came in and then, laying law, so to speak. And this letter came in from the state stating that he had not had a background check. He's not authorized to carry a gun or badge until he's gone through these proper channels. And that's just done not only to protect himself, but also to protect the village. So until he get that done, he is not authorized to be a police chief or officer, for that matter, not just in Dalton, but anywhere. So he has not. I know that there's been a lot of back and forth. He has not been to work. So that's where we at with that. But however, yesterday on NBC, and I will send you that link as well, did a story. It was an exclusive regarding some signs. So pretty basically what's happening there is Mayor Henyard had signs. You know how like when you go into different, communities, there are like signs off of the light pole saying welcome, but well, this sign stated welcome to Dalton, Tiffany Henyard, your super mayor. Okay. Well, and then the company, of course, this has been the normal, stating that they were not paid. However, this company was never brought before the board. This company was never authorized to put up these $20,000 advertisements on throughout the community. So they were taken down. And, there was some video with some issues. And what happened on that video, Chief of Police Burge is there wearing a uniform and a gun. So I'm hearing some backfeed. I don't know what's happening. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, great. So on this video that was released by NBC, and I'm sending it to you right now as we speak. So if you want to go ahead and put that on the screen, Burge is in the video wearing a police uniform and gun. So I don't know when this happened. I'm actually following along with you guys and I'm trying to get some information. So as soon as I deep dive in that, I can go ahead and update you. But it was really interesting because did this look like police dash cam footage that showed what happened? Hold on, here you are. Let me give you this now. Yeah, it was some dash cam footage. And while we're talking about that, I also want to share some news where this weekend on Saturday, November 16th, the Clean House campaign will be opening their official campaign office. And it's going to be located in that shopping center, where Dr. Scott, the one who have the 84,000 square feet, where they're going to rent inside of her facility because she was finally able to get her business license. So it's working out. It looks like things are happening in Dalton in a positive way. So pretty excited about those things. Okay, so I got the footage. I'm sending this over to you right now. So if you want to go ahead and put this on the screen, I thought this was really interesting. Here you are.
Okay. We're going to. Okay. How did you send it to me?
Yep, you got it.
Okay. We have. Okay. Thank you, Doctor.
Mhm.
Also, I want to ask. I got a question.
Sure.
That I'd like to ask is with this notification that was given to the mayor and letting her know what's going on, and that this man is not qualified to even wear a uniform. Has she responded to the state of Illinois on this issue, or is she going to continue to have that person try to be the police chief?
Well, I saw footage on Fox News. She hasn't responded to the board about it, but on Fox News, she stated no comment. So they haven't. But we know this: he has not been in office. So even if she tried to do something else, we can honestly state that he doesn't want to face any consequences with his license or any future. So he has been doing the right thing and not showing up.
Okay, that's good. So he is not a part of, or he's not petition. He's not at City Hall or the police department trying to run anything or anything like that that you've
Well,
heard.
well, not this week. Last week it was a different story, but since this letter has come out and he's been notified, he has not been back.
Oh, okay. What other developments that you have for us? What other things that are going on there that you could fill us in?
Well, so far, nothing else. The court dates and that's in Dalton. Nothing else that's happening right now. Just like I said, the grand opening of the Clean House campaign office. There will be a series. We're in holiday season, so hopefully, the last court date, they have to go back and show just cause. And also, I want to point out. This is good to know. The temporary appointments are just that, temporary appointments. So even after the 30 days, they cannot be reappointed. So we don't know at this time if the mayor has an idea to bring someone else into those two positions, but they were a one and done. So we don't have to worry about next month she's fighting to bring him back. The judge was very clear on it being a one and done there.
Okay, that's interesting. You're getting, like you said, I was listening to you and I did get the alert about your opening of your office.
Yes.
And I'm proud of you all that you are sticking with Dr. Scott because she's a wonderful person. I met her once,
Yes.
and and what a vision she has to help the village of Dalton, to probably help most of that region around there because she's well known and everything. Hopefully, let me ask you this: would her there are licenses and permits that she needed. Are you all assisting her in the way that they did assisted the other business owners in Dalton that needed certifications and
Oh
business
yeah.
license?
Oh yeah. Because it was the same exact thing. I don't know if you guys any followed the Dr. Scott story, but she was prevented because she, from there was a deal between the Dr. Scott, not a deal. There was an incident between Dr. Scott and the mayor, and I believe the mayor actually wanted that property before Dr. Scott bought it. So I believe that Dr. Scott was under the impression that perhaps the mayor was trying to kind of wait her out and take the property from her through eminent domain. So what happened was it's an 84,000 square foot unit and located in downtown Dalton. It used to be, you remember, because you're from this area, it used to be the Expo, remember? So you have 84,000
I
square feet.
remember it.
Yep. So
Mhm.
you have like the food pantry there. Also coming soon, she got a thrift store that is opening. I want to say it's next month. And then
Uh,
also she has a nail shop inside of there, but also she want to bring a mental health clinic inside of that facility. So she got a lot of great things going. And now we can proudly say that it's also home of Clean House 2025. And it looked good. I don't know if you saw the photos, but
I did.
it
You sent
looked
them to me.
good. Yeah, so she is making some remarkable progress with that unit, and she's finally got her permits, and it's been great. And thank you to the community because
Yeah.
remember, a blogger came in, did a post, raised $40,000 for her within a week to help her
Wow.
stay afloat while we waited all of this political mumbo jumbo out. But she's doing amazing, and she's making progress, and we're really, really happy for her.
My guest is Dr. Nikita Cloud. She's going to stick around. Just stick around for a couple of minutes if you can. I'm going to go to our first break.
Okay.
I got a couple of questions that I want to ask you, especially about the results of this, what they call an election. And I got some other things I want to say to you, ask you on the other side. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Magman Morning Show. My wonderful guest this morning. I know she has limited time. I'm going to do this as fast as possible. Is Dr. Nikita Cloud. She's going to come right back with us after we get through with our messages. And we want to thank all of our supporters that support us. We'll be right back. This is the MacMan Morning Show, WKRA 92.7 FM.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Attention WKRA listeners, if you would like to advertise on the MacMan Morning Show, please leave a message at macmedia3@gmail.com.
And we're back. This is WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the MacMan Morning Show. I'm James Mack. I'm your host. I'm here with our panel, our chief correspondent. I said what I said, and Brother Lee, our chief contributor. My very special guest this morning, a friend of our show, very informative, and I'm just proud of the job that she's doing in the village of Dalton, and getting it together, because I'm looking forward to Dr. Nikita, this great election. But let me step back just a little bit and ask you this question. We've been running a series here this week because we've been trying to recover. We've been trying to understand, shake our heads. No amount of cocktails or anything else can help us out this nightmare, Doc. I know you probably, I'm not saying, and I'm calling you a medical doctor. Are you a doctor of PhD? You're a PhD, aren't you?
Yes, I'm PhD. I have a PhD in organizational leadership, and then I have a master's in management with a focus on journalism. And
Okay,
my undergrad is in communications.
I got to keep her around. I know why? Because, you know, Dr. Nikita know a whole lot of people. We talk about that on another show, but she has some people in familiar that I talked to on yesterday. I want to say hello to Mr. Sean Howard. That's my brother from church. Sean is my buddy. Sean told me about you. He said that Dr. Nikita, you know, she's something. I said, yeah, I know. And I wanted to say hey to Sean and his wonderful wife. Say hello to your wonderful spouse and family. I wanted to, yesterday I got a video, Doc, and it gave me a chill how there was a conference where Mayor Brandon Johnson, your wonderful Cook County board president, Miss Pretwinkle, I know Tony Pretwinkle, and some other officials. And this person got up in this meeting. I wish I had the tape so you could see it, but the frustration after this election and the Democratic Party shattering, and it shattered here in such a way that people are saying that they don't even want to see a Democrat or anything like that. Now, Dr. Nikita, I know that you know politics. I know that you know the surroundings. Give me your thoughts about how you felt about this election and the picks that this crazy man is getting ready to do. And I'm going to bring my panel in, and if they got any questions, if you can take a couple before. I know that your time is valuable. Okay, tell me about how you feel about what's going on and the reaction of the people about their Democratic Party.
Well, and this is just at the end of the day, it's like while I'm disappointed in the results, obviously I am. However, I had to look at the bigger picture because I mean, like the day after the election, it was just a very somber feeling, right? However, the reality of the matter was, it looks like a lot of people voted based off of, did their life change from 4 years ago? Were they in a better or a worse situation from 4 years ago? And I also think that the way that the migrant crisis was handled, I think that weighed heavily on what happened at the polls. Because if you look at it, it was not just Illinois. It was not just other heavily Democratic states. It was a big issue, even with working with the Kamala Harris campaign. They sent out a lot of saying we need a lot of focus on Wisconsin, we need a lot of focus on Michigan, and I believe they were able to pull off Michigan, but just not quite able to pull out Wisconsin. And I think what happened again mainly was the how the migrant crisis was handled, and it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Because here in Chicago, and it's a lot of people that I know personally that have come out and they flip red, and they will never vote for another Democrat. So the display of frustration that I saw, I witnessed the same video in the board meeting. I know some of the people that was with Miss Jackson is her name, that they were but they've been saying this for months now. This is not new. Like I said, it was about the migrant situation. So I can speak to a lot of their frustration here in Chicago. Basically what happened, if you're familiar with downtown Chicago, if you're at downtown Chicago, there's an area called Wacker Drive, right? And in Wacker Drive, it serves as home to many, many, many homeless people, Black people. And then what happened with the migrant crisis, they bring them all and they get, link cards, they get housing, they get incentives. But they're like, well, what's in it for the people who've been here the entire time? So that being said, I believe that weighed heavily, because if you look at the numbers and the polling numbers here in Illinois, we almost was flip red, with the exception of Cook County and maybe two other counties. So I would like to say that Illinois is probably a swing state that no one is talking about now. And that was very scary, but it's alarming. So the Democrats in whole going to have to do something, because a lot of people are here in the state of Illinois disappointed in the Democrats, but it showed in the polls that they're disappointed in Democrats across the country. So now at this point, what has happened has happened. We have lost the Senate, look like we're losing the House as well. What can we do to repair and recover in this next cycle? Not 4 years. We have to, it's going to take a step, because when the election come up next February and April, I believe there's also going to be some seats up. So what can we do? How can we repair? How can we come back within the next 3 to 4 months?
Strategically, doctor, I say, and I learned this a long time ago, that all politics is local.
Yeah.
All politics is local. It starts right there in your neighborhood, on your block, in your precinct, so forth and so on. And from what I see, doctor, it's a crisis in the Democratic Party that I was aligned with, as far as my votes were, because those were the people that, and there's some Republicans I voted for because they had my interest too. I'm an independent, and I just wanted to ask this other question, and that's this: knowing Cook County politics like you do, will they survive? What's going to happen, doctor, on your end?
I see a sweep.
What do we need to do?
I'm going to be honest with you. If they don't do something and make some changes, and they can't take the voters' vote for granted, that's just what's going to have to happen right now. Because you can't just assume, because you're in Illinois now, that you're going to automatically vote blue, because this election proved that's not the case. Because it's not an issue where people did not come out to vote. I told you, I waited 3 hours in line to vote.
You did.
So that being said, people came out to vote. It was on ABC 7 where they were out showing that people were wrapped around for blocks waiting to vote. So it's not an issue of people coming out to vote anymore. It's an issue of now people are starting to hold their elected officials accountable and what's going on. If we don't do something, you just can't take the vote for granted anymore. And that's at all levels of government, all the way from Washington, D.C. to the small towns like Dalton. You can no longer assume that people are going to vote for you.
That is true. That is true. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Mac Man Morning Show. I am James Mack, your host. I have here with us at this, our first part of our broadcast is Dr. Nikita Cloud, friend of our show, wonderful person, dear friend of ours that has a wonderful wealth of knowledge about what's going on up north with our folks. Listen, Dr. Nikita, you know, and I'm going to bring our panel in on this discussion that we're having. I'm just baffled. What happened? What happened with the voters? Why didn't they come out? Not just here, but why? What do you think it is that made people stay home and not support all of the convention? I was there.
Mm-hmm.
All of the hoopla and everything that was going on, I was there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling my brother, telling Brother Lee about this. I said, hey, man, I said, you know, I really believe, I mean, I was hoodwinked, bamboozled, all those things that y'all have heard folks say with this party. And because she's connected to it and we're connected in some ways than one, do you feel that the Democratic Party has what it takes to regain? Because what it looks like now, people are hollering, I ain't going no Democrat. I'm not doing this. You know, the usual. What can you say? I'd like for you to answer that. I mean, what happened? And then I'm going to bring in, I said what I said, and then Brother Lee's right behind her to ask any questions that they have. What happened? What was the vote total? I'll put it this way. Were your voters coming out? Did they come out in good numbers? What was the percentages of voters that came out in
Thornton Township? I'll pull it up, but Thornton Township did record-breaking numbers. They came out and voted. I can't even say that they didn't vote. The people voted. I'm getting the numbers for you now. They voted I'll say this. They came out and voted more than the last election. I'll say that. I'm pulling it up now. But the reality of the matter is, again, it all comes down to accountability, and you can no longer assume that people are just going to vote for you because people are no longer political gangbanging. And that's just what
call it, political gangbanging.
I call it political gangbanging. People are no longer political gangbanging, and now people are moving into a era of accountability. And I can't say I'm mad at that because okay, so here we are for Cook County registered voters, total voter burnout, and the numbers unofficial report. Registered voters 1.6 and it came out 1 million. So only 600,000 didn't vote. They came to vote. People voted. So we can't say that they did not. And I'll send you this for a point of reference. People came out to vote. People just did not like what was on the ballot and what was in front of them. And I think that a lot of this weighed heavily on I'm sending this so I can get this to you now. A lot of this weighed heavily on how they handled the migrant crisis, because that's the thing that I heard the most of at the polls, and that's just being honest.
Okay, what I wanted to ask you also is, of that percentage that did vote, what were the numbers? Were the numbers, I'm sure, in the area were highly for the vice president, but there were a lot of people that voted against her. What do you think it was, Doc? And I said what I said is going to come in. I ain't going to ask no more because it got good once you started talking. Go ahead. And if you can, what happened? Why didn't people, why were we on the brink? Now, knowing that the Illinois is blue, solid all the way, I know, I mean, from Cook County on
Illinois is purple now, is what I'm looking at.
I don't know what to call it. But Doc, I just had that concern because here They said now I got some national numbers, and the national numbers said at least 16 million Democratic voters did not come out. The majority of, or the bulk of, the Democratic, as I call it, block, they don't have it anymore because I don't know how they're going to get it back again. They had this block. We can always, they already, Brother Lee, my brother says, they counted the votes ahead of time. Brother Lee, come on in, and on that, because I just said your name, I want you to come in and tell me your feeling that you had told me, and you can share it with Dr. Nikita, and we're going to bring in, I said what I said, just while we have Dr. Nikita, her time is valuable. Go ahead, Brother Lee. You know what you had told me that what
Well,
we were talking about. Go ahead, sir.
well, I got a few things to say, but I'll hold my point until Sister Sid gets to her point.
I said what I said.
Well, what I want to say is good morning, Dr. Cloud. How are you doing today?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm doing great. What I want to say is I feel like the American public drank the Kool-Aid.
Mm,
We've always had migrants. We've always had a lot of them come in across the border, but the main thing what they did was they kept them in the South. They kept them in my state, in Texas
mm-hmm.
mainly.
Yep.
And so the migrants are nothing new, and the Republicans pulled the hoodwink over everybody's eyes. What they did was they sent the immigrants all around the country just so that everybody can get the same attitude that Texas had, because Texas was already red.
Yep.
They didn't have to do much to make Texas vote Republican. And so there was a process and a mechanism in place, but they didn't follow it. What they did was they hoodwinked the entire United States by sending migrants all across the country so that everybody else can feel the same thing that Texas felt. And
Mm-hmm.
so once you guys felt that, it changed everybody's mind in America. Migrants have always had a place to stay, and they've always tried to feed them, and not just the ones from Mexico. Every foreign person that come to America that tried to get a visa, we all know it's the Congress that makes the laws, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones who implement. They haven't had a formidable immigration plan probably in the last 20 years. And George Bush couldn't get it done. Obama couldn't get it done, and Biden couldn't get it done, and Trump didn't do anything about it either. As a matter of fact, Trump had more migrants come in than Obama and Biden did. But like I said, they kept them in the South. They kept them here in
Mm-hmm.
Texas. And so I think people forget about if I don't feel like my life was better the last 4 years. And I think Americans have short amnesia.
Of
I
course.
remember, yeah, I remember the disaster policies that the Trump administration implemented, and how so many people passed away because he didn't handle the C-19
Mm-hmm.
virus in a proper way. He had a playbook, but he decided to forget about the playbook. But people need to start waking up and start doing research and stop drinking the Kool-Aid that the Republicans dish out. They're very good at hoodwinking everybody. Um, these people have always come to our country, and they don't want to fix the immigration problem because they had a bill in Congress and Trump told them to vote it down so he
Yep.
can have something to run on. So, I just think the American public going by their feelings and how they feel right now. And if they think they was broke in the Biden administration, they better get ready to buckle up and buckle down, because they're going to be broker than broke when Trump get through whooping everybody and taking everybody's funds. And that's just a statement. It's really not a question. But my question to you is, are you guys prepared? Um, what are you guys prepared to do to try to get Jason House in office? Because as you can tell, America is a clown show now, and it looked like the clowns are winning. And
Mm-hmm.
no pun intended, and nothing against you, but I wholeheartedly feel like Miss Henry probably will win, since we're in a clown show mood right now. So what do you guys what have you come up with, to mitigate the bleeding for your area because it's going to
Mhm.
be more clown show shenanigans if she do get back in office. So have you guys come up with a plan to try to keep her out of office?
Absolutely. We have come up with a plan. I don't want to put the whole playbook out there, but I will say this. Things that we are aware of. Henyard's play is simple. She liked, to give people things. Like she liked to give, I'm gonna give you windows. I'm going to give you, parties and, things of that sort, right? And to be honest, unfortunately, you're gonna get some people that bite to that type of stuff because they don't know or they don't understand how these things are being paid for, right? So we understand that. We understand that, everybody has their base. I don't see it's unrealistic to believe the notion that Henyard is this person who can't pull in at least 400 or 500 votes in a community that don't vote, right? So what has to happen is we just have to make sure that we're getting our messaging out in a way that ensure that the people see what's going on, because the reality of the matter is this: the majority or the ideal voter in Dalton, and I can't speak for the entire world, but in Dalton is not on social media. The ideal voter in Dalton, it's probably on YouTube or something like that, but the ideal voter is in your face. That community is a in your face, like Mayberry type of community. It's a very family based community. So we will go out and get in the face of the residents, show them the documentation, and hopefully just come out on top in the end. I'm pretty confident that our strategy and our plan, because it's genuine and we're running on one of the things that this current administration lacks, is transparency. So there are some things that is going to come out that is going to show the full picture and give them a sound voice. And at that point, that's all we can ask for, is giving them the truth. And then that we just have to trust that the people, because that's what it's all about. It's not about Jason, it's not about Tiffany, but it's about what the people and who the people believe. So what we're going to do is continue putting out the truth, and we're going to hope that they understand that and understand that their life, and to be honest, the financial state of Dalton literally depends on this February 25th vote, because they're headed to bankruptcy if the people, the voters, don't do something about it.
Well, I don't have that much confidence in voters because at the end of the day, we all seen the clown show that Trump gave us, and they still put him back in office, even with an alleged coup. And in my opinion, just threats that he,
Yeah. I mean,
put up
I'm
on the
hearing
American public.
reparations. He's given
Mhm.
reparations to white people, and there's
To white
nothing against
people,
white.
yeah. To white people, like they need reparations. And one more thing I want to say,
Yes, ma'am.
the American public is so easily influenced. All you have to do is dangle a few
Hmm.
trinkets and breadcrumbs to them, and then they got your vote. And I really feel like if she dangles some more, and she's dangled a lot of trinkets in everybody's face,
Yeah.
people are not going to forget about the gas cards. They're
Yep.
not going to forget about the parties. They're not going to forget about the prizes they won in bingo.
Yep.
So in their eyes, hey, we winning. In a lot of people's eyes, just because you give a few breadcrumbs out, and that's what politicians do. And
Hmm.
so hopefully, hopefully, you guys can educate the public because the the public has been educated about Trump, and you see what happened. So I'm
Exactly.
not trying to put a damper on your campaign or anything, but I just want to put some real facts out there.
No, I understand, and I definitely respect that. I appreciate it.
Brother Lee.
Well, I didn't think I'd get a chance to talk. Y'all took all the air out the room. I'm gonna use what's left. And first thing I like to say, support and subscribe. And then I like to say, welcome to my sister. I don't know you. Haven't seen you before. I've talked to you. I haven't talked to you. So I'm going by what my brother says. He says you're a good person, and I'll take his word for it. And here's the thing: tough times don't last. Tough people do. So we got to
Hmm.
understand, we can't judge the times and say this is a war, it's mean the sky is falling. And that's what we're talking about now. And we're giving people an excuse to be ignorant. And you're blaming the issues of the Democrats on what the outcome was in the election, and that's wrong because we we should take responsibility for what we've done. This man Donald Trump has told us what he was going to do. So they voted against their interests. We are not children. We cannot be just dismiss what we've done. We are complicit in putting this man in office. Don't let us off the hook by saying we didn't know the issues. We knew exactly the issues. We voted against our interests. In spite of knowing the things that we knew, we voted against it. This country voted against their interests. And the rich convinced us that the poor and the immigrants were the problem. They're not. More immigrants come on that plane than they ever came through that border. We don't stipulate that. We don't say that. We don't say that in our communities. We thinking they're coming across the border. No, they're coming on American Airlines. They're coming on all these planes. And we don't say that. And now we're giving the people the excuse to be stupid. And we keep treating them like children. They'll vote like it. And that's what we're going on right now. That's what we're talking about today. They got excuses for acting like children. They're getting excuses to vote against their interests. We're not educating them. We're just directing them. We're pulling them along. That's why we got this results here. And the sisters in this country have voted 90-something% for that woman. They stood up. We got the sisters got us. I'm finished. I'm not finished yet. The sisters that got us to the 10-yard line, and the brothers did not block for us. The Hispanics did not block for us. And that's the thing, I take full responsibility for the brothers and the Hispanics that did not do their job. Now there's consequences coming. Then we say the sky is falling. But here's the thing. The tough times always don't last. It's tough people that do. And I want to say that, and that's what I'll say.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, go ahead, Doc.
Here's the thing. Let's be clear. The people voted, and the people voted loudly. And you're right. You're not wrong there. And I agree with you there. They voted, and they voted loudly. But it's about accountability. Sometimes they have to bump their head and see they made the wrong choice. Like, let me stand on my business here. That was the wrong choice that America made, in my opinion. And I'm also peeping the fact that it was stated, and I have to, and I love to speak when I'm able to show facts. However, it was stated that Elon Musk, the man who's really running the show, it stated that he knew this election was done. He stated that he had stats, he had the data, and this was the votes weren't even all the way counted yet. That's something to be considered. However, at the end of the day, and then I do want to also state 78% of Black men did vote for Kamala Harris. Now, it could have been higher, but I'm not going to discount the Black men that did come through for us. I can never do that because I thought it was going to be lower. But yeah, the Hispanic men, and those are the ones that's probably going to be impacted the most. And I mean, at the end of the day, but America voted. They came out. I looked at the numbers. It's unfortunate. It's heartbreaking. And I hate to see, because at the end of the day, Donald Trump is a corporate president. He is a corporate president. And this man is going to run the country like he run a business. And it's all business for him. And he's going to be out for self. And
you better not.
People,
go ahead.
And the people voted for that. So they're going to have to live with that decision for at least 4 years.
Here's the thing. You're talking about he's a corporate president. He's the worst businessman to ever hold a public office. He can't run his own household. So
he's still a corporate
president. That's the label you want to put on him. He's an out for himself president. He's no more. And that's the thing. He's for the wealthy. He's not going to run it like a corporation. He's going to run it like his own personal piggy bank. And don't expect he's going to run it for cost and loss and what a corporation actually does. He's not going to run it like that. He's going to run it like a drunken sailor because he's got an open key to the bank. And the money, we print the money, and the money is just paper to him. And we can spend trillions of dollars in the wrong direction, and that's what's going to happen here. He's going to bankrupt this country. You think we're the wealthiest country in the world? By far, we won't be when this is done. And I'm just telling you the facts. It's going to be some doom and gloom, but here's the thing. Tough times never last. We do. And we as Black people, we already shown that we can survive through these hard times. We have done it before. It's just that Hispanics are going to take the brunt of this at first, and then the other immigrants are going to take the brunt of this again, because he got to show some results, and his results will show up in the Hispanics going back to where they never really recognized their country. They've been gone so long, it's not even theirs. And the when they put them over that border, those bandits and criminals are waiting for them. They're salivating and waiting for them to be dropped off. And that's what I have to say.
Wow. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Mac Man Morning Show. I am James Mack. I know that the good doctor said, James, you done cornered me here. No, I didn't. I know she enjoyed being here with us, and I'd like to thank her. If you got a couple of more minutes, doctor, I'm going to take a break, and I wanted to give you some parting words as we go forth. Can you wait a little while? I'm going to go to break right quick. You got some time? This is the Mac Man Morning Show. I'm James Mack, your host. We're going to go to break right quick, and we'll be right back with Dr. Nikita Cloud, our expert in the North, letting us know what's going on. Part of our series that we're having, and we're going to conclude on tomorrow with a round robin discussion with our panel, and probably have some others to come in. But this morning, we're so happy and glad to have Dr. Nikita Cloud from Dalton, from Thornton Township, from from Clean House. I got to put this down. I'm trying to clean my mind out. Clean House 2025, Dalton, we support them. We're going to have, I'm pretty sure Dr. Nikita's working it out with all media representatives and everything. I know that she got a lot of requests, but I want to thank her for being our friend. And I didn't let it out. I know I was a little late with it, but I want to thank you for advising us and letting us know what was going on with the birds thing. But we'll be right back. I ain't gonna let you go right quick. I got one more question, and I think the panel had something too. We'll be right back with the Mac Man Morning Show.
Tune in to the Mac Man Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the Mac Man Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there. Ain't nothing wrong with getting your bunny on with Mac Man Morning Show very own Mr. Lee.
Well, when I was a kid, Mama looked at you before you got in the stove and look, I don't want no you don't put your hands on. You don't ask for shit. We ain't eating now. We wait till we get home. But he's now, he's like, look, you know what you do? He got a note saying that he's allergic to peanut butter. He's allergic to jelly. He's allergic to bread. He got gluten free. He gave me this. He gave me that. And then he got a note saying he got DDT, ADT, or Rivian, or whatever. He can stand on tables. He can do whatever he want to do. What kind of is that?
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Attention WKRA listeners, if you would like to advertise on the Mac Man Morning Show, please leave a message at macmedia3@gmail.com.
And we're back on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the MacMan Morning Show. I'm James Mack, your host. I'm here with our panel. I said what I said, chief correspondent of our show, chief contributor of our show. Also, his brother Lee, he's here. Also, our wonderful guest who's decided to stick around is the incomparable Dr. Nikita Cloud, someone that has a wealth of information, a friend of our show. I really want to thank her. I know I had cut into her time. Dr. Nikita is not just a PhD. She's an entrepreneur. She's an advocate for her community. She works very, very, very hard at what she does. I like to say hello to Sherry Burton, who's Britain. God help us. You know Sherry's going to get me for that. Forgive me, Sherry. Sherry's our, she's up there in Dalton for us too. And I'm pretty sure that this election is going to, we're going to see what's going to happen after this disaster that had occurred. Dr. Jesus, I don't know what happened, what went on, but all I saw was red, and I'm concerned. This is a question I'd like for you to ask, and you can give you can comment on it. Where do we go from here in your expert opinion? Where do we go from here? Here we are, Doc. We're at crossroads. We got very important elections coming. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. We got a lot of elections coming. Is there hope? I'm listening.
I usually tell my clients this, right? And this is just that this is life hacks. I even tell my kids this. It's a step by step process. The first thing that in order to repair what has happened is the first thing we have to do is accept what has happened. All right. So right now it's a mess. It's a clown show. As I said, what I said, and she's absolutely correct. We have to acknowledge that we all accept what has happened. And then we have to adopt a change behavior, right? And, we have to rebuild trust because I, just as a person who have seen it from, I would like to say, the start of the mess. I wasn't there for the start of the administration, but I was there for the start of this I don't even know what to call it, this fallout. It's going to take a lot of healing. There's a lot of trust issues. There's a lot of transparency issues that is happening with this administration, things that we can or cannot talk about for legal reasons that is coming down the pipe. So with that being said, that's why I made the decision to support the Clean House ticket. The way I move, everybody start off with an A in my book and you earn an F. And I think that's what also happened in the village of Dalton. Everyone, thought that while this person wasn't their ideal choice, it was the choice that they had. And once they did that and saw quickly that this wasn't the right, move for the village, the people did what they tried to do, which was a recall. And they were successful in this recall. The courts overturned a vote. So you can imagine how the people feel, especially looking at right now what's happening in the presidential race. The courts, an appellate court judge, overturned their vote. And this is where we're at. So right now, what they have to do is they can't allow that to discourage them from getting out to vote in this next election. Now, one thing historical data has shown with February elections, and this is not just Dalton, this is everywhere. People don't come out to vote. So I'm going to take it back to the 2021 election in the village of Dalton. In the 2021 election in the village of Dalton, we were dealing with not just the cold, we were dealing with 2 less than ideal candidates, and we were dealing with COVID-19. And at that time, COVID-19, a lot of people still were not coming outside. Board meetings were still being done on Zoom. People were not communicating, and we still had a mask ordinance. Now, when you think about the ideal voter in the village of Dalton, is typically a senior. And if you go and remember the research about seniors, they had they had phobias about coming outside. So you got that part where they weren't coming outside to vote. So you lost a big portion of the vote. So, and I mention all of this because a lot of people saying, well, you voted for her, where you voted for her. She was literally the only person on the ballot. She was voting against, you had the other mayor who had just had suffered a stroke. People didn't even know if he was going to be here. And then you had Burge, the police chief. And if you've done any research on his background, I mean, this is where we are. So when it comes to that, people just did not come out and vote. The numbers were extremely low. And the numbers were not just low in Dalton, they were low all over. Now, I had zero, I ain't gonna say zero, but I did have low confidence in this past presidential election of people that were gonna come out to vote because of this historical data that happened in Dalton. But people surprised us and they came out to vote. But what happened this time when people came out to vote, as you guys see, we were out there at the polls. We had the polls locked and loaded. Myself, Sherry, it was a fleet of us outside, and we were talking to the residents about what's going on. Instead of, and what the other administration was doing was passing out flyers to a turkey giveaway. You get what I'm saying? But we were actually using this as an opportunity to get to know and listen to the residents and see what it is they want to see. And things that the residents stated that they want to see is more transparency, more intergovernmental agreements, more working together. So all we can really do is work towards giving them that and hope for the best. Because what else can we do? At the end of the day, it's like we can't force them, but what we can do is continue to do our part and give the people what they're asking for. But what we're not going to do is cross any lines where it comes to compromising our integrity or doing anything illegal. So we had two things working for us. There is a very much active FBI investigation that is happening in the village of Dalton. I can confirm that beyond shadow of a doubt. That either that come out and they tell the people what's going on, or the people got to come out and take their village back. We can't want it more than them at the end of the day. We can't want it more than the voter. And I believe in the people in Dalton. And I believe that we're all going to be surprised because they're not just going to come out. They're going to come out in record-breaking numbers to vote this administration out because now it hit their plates and it hit their pockets and it hit their bank accounts and it's hitting their taxes. So I think we're going to be okay.
All right. My guest has been Dr. Nikita Cloud from Thornton Township. She is the one of the, give us your position there so that I won't mess it up. What is your petition? What is your active participation with Clean House 2025? Are you one of the coordinators? I want to know what it is.
Yes, I serve as their publicist and spokesperson. Yes.
You always need one of them. I got you in my Rolodex, Doc. And, you my friend. I thank you. My guest has been Dr. Nikita Cloud, and I want to thank her. I want to say hello to all of those persons that are on the ticket for Clean House 2025. I believe that they have not just their work cut out for them. I believe that they're going to be successful. The people of Dalton are smart. People in Dalton are informed because they have informed people around them. And I just believe that things are going to go well. We're going to keep our eyes on Dalton. They're part of us. We got people that are there. Of course, we got Dr. Nikita. We got Miss Sherry. She's there also.
Mhm.
Will you promise to keep us informed, Dr. Nikita, on what's going on?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I love what you guys are doing. It's a great show. I listen to you now. I've gotten to the point of trying to listen at least every day for a little bit. So I love what you guys are doing. And then whatever I can do to assist or help get messaging out, I will do that. Or any research, if you need some fact check, I give it to you, good, bad, or ugly.
I tell you, my guest, Dr. Nikita Cloud, give my love to all of the people there in the village of Dalton, especially to all of you all that are working on Clean House 2025. Y'all go see Dr. Scott over there, and y'all go to the grand opening and give your support. Go get that literature out of there. The campaign has all, really unofficially, but it's on, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Change can be made at the local level. Let's do what we can there. Once again, my guest has been Dr. Nikita Cloud. Dr. Cloud, I want to thank you for being here, sharing your time with us. And we know that you're coming back, you and Miss Sherry and the rest of y'all coming back. You tell everybody I said hello. Dr. Nikita Cloud, folks.
Thank you. Love you guys. Take care.
All right. We'll be right back after this brief ID with our panel. I am getting ready to, there's a little bit more. We're going to extend a little bit, so don't worry about our time. We want to thank Dr. Nikita, we got some things that we want to talk about. We'll be right back after this ID.
Tune in to the MacMan Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the MacMan Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
And we're back on the MacMan Morning Show. This is WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. We're here every day, every weekday at 9 a.m. Central Time, right here on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial, and also streaming live every day. We love our folks in YouTube. Our YouTube audience is with us. We want to thank you all for being attentive. We want to thank Dr. Nikita Cloud. I want to come to our panel right quick. Brother Lee, I had a concern, and sister, I said what I said. We got time. I got you. With what's going on today, and I was looking at the appointments that were being made. Matt Gaetz, God help us, Attorney General. They got some other people in key position. They got a guy that's a halfway, he ain't even a journalist. He's just a talking head with a microphone. He's going to be our defense secretary. These are people that ain't got no business being in these positions. I want to see what's going to happen with this Congress. We got to keep our eyes on it. Right now, people are still in mourning. People still uptight. I don't even think, and then on the other side, I don't think they just going about their business like nothing is going to happen. Let me say something to you folks that are in our audience. And we're going to go over a little bit here at WKRA. I know if you have to go at 10:20, I understand. Or if you need to take a break, it's fine with me. I want to thank WKRA for they're here. Hey, everybody, y'all listening. We want to thank Raven Autry, our president, for what she's doing. I want to ask the panel something. I was looking at the appointments that were made. What do you think about these appointments that are going to be made? And what do you think that they're up to? Will we get any more surprises? I said what I said out of this situation that's going on. And then Brother Lee, you can come on in. And we got some extended time. So just go ahead and express yourself.
Well, I'm not surprised about any of it. It's going to be a total clown show. And so I'm just sitting back watching to see who is going to put in office. He did that the first time. He wanted all unqualified people in the positions, because if you get somebody who don't know what they're doing, then you can direct them to do what you want them to do. And that's basically what he's doing. I wanted to speak when Dr. Cloud was on, because I wanted to just make this point known. I don't feel like Ms. Henyard is going to face any type of repercussions for what she's done in office, because she simply wrote Trump a letter and letting them know that, she's glad he's in office. and just complimenting him, doing what everybody else do. If you give him a compliment, then he your buddy. And so she's gonna probably more than likely weasel her way out of her charges also. And if she do get charged, she's possibly gonna ask him for a pardon. And as far as his administration, he's putting all his lackeys in. He's doing whoever helped him with the campaign, that's who's getting these appointments. And it doesn't matter if they have experience or not, because he planned on running the whole show anyway. And that's what I have to say about it.
All right, Brother Lee.
Well, I'll say this. How much time I got?
Go ahead. We got a little time. We got some extended time. This is an extended version of our show. We're going to go about 5 or 10 minutes over, but that's okay. Go ahead.
Well, number one, he's putting in donkeys. What do you think he's gonna do? He's gonna put some donkeys in there, and then donkey go wherever you steer him. He's not even aware of the positions that he's even appointing the people on. I mean, Donald Trump don't know nothing about defense, and neither the people that he appoints. He's not gonna control them. He's just gonna do whatever he gets up in the morning he feels like, and he's gonna push a button. And that's exactly what he's going to do. And the thing is, what your guest was saying, that you earn an A first and then you go from there. That's not how life works. You don't step into the classroom and automatically get an A. You don't get an A for that. That's why this country is screwed up the way it is now, because we're giving out participation trophies. You know, we got to make some people earn something before they get in there. I don't want a politician to come in with an A. I want them to earn the A. And that's some dumb donkey stuff. And she's listening. That's what it is. You got a PhD. Yes, I don't question your PhD, but I question what you said. You know, and the thing is that we have to stand up and we have to be recognized. We got to act like the adults that we say we are. And like Sister said, we got to stop drinking whatever Kool-Aid comes down the pike. And that's the thing we do now. We make excuses why things happen. We make excuses why we make bad decisions. We make excuses and say Donald Trump is going to get us. You know what? We're responsible for that. Every last one of us, because we didn't talk to a neighbor and inform the neighbor. We didn't talk to the person on the street. We didn't have conversations about politics, because we don't talk about politics and religion. That's the reason why we got the problem with the politics and religion. They go hand in hand. The problem is with this country is we don't talk about politics or religion because we said that's something that's not to talk about. That's why your pastors are running you the way they do. They run you up and down and back and forth, and that's why you ain't got $1 in your pocket you should have. And then we talk about politicians. We let them run the country, run you, do it. We act like children, and we trust the politician instead of monitoring these politicians and keeping a note on these politicians and making sure they do what is in the best interest of us, just like your pastor. We let our pastor run everything. We dare not ask him how much we got into the bank. What did we put in and what was coming out? You know, and everything. We trust him. Actually, we reward him for running us over. We reward the politicians for running us over. They got more health care, better health care than you'll ever have. And your pastor got better health care than you'll ever have. And that's the thing. Religion and politics go hand in hand. That's what I have to say.
Well, you know, it's interesting. It's interesting what you said, Brother Lee, and it's no excuse for. There's no excuse for it. I mean, we have been through up and down with this election and with the decisions that were made, and I sit back and I see these picks that he has made. It's really concerning to me about these people it concerns me because, like you said, these people are not even qualified. And I'm not trying to say, well, I just want to wait and see. We got to prepare ourselves. I hope that going forward, as we continue to discuss this and bring out even various things like this, that you will be informed, folks, that you will have an opportunity to really, 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 really just analyze what's going on. And you ain't got to take too much time, because of the simple fact of the matter, it's getting ready to happen. And I don't think people really understand how critical this is. Please pay attention to what's going on, and not just pay attention to what's going on, but you got to be able to step up and say, hey, we're going to have to take some action. I still believe I just still believe that some way, somehow, out of all of this that we've gone through and all of this that's happening around the country, I do believe that thing we got a lot of work to do, folks. We can't be blind and have our heads in the sand, thinking like things are not going to that we just going to just pass over. We got some work to do. I said what I said. Would you come on in with your thoughts?
Well, I don't know how much education people need. We educated him before he got in office. So I don't think the education is going to help. You can talk to somebody till they blue in the face, but they're going to do what they want to do. And it's not just about their pocketbook. It's all about, it's all, they didn't want a woman in charge, and especially not a black woman. You see the threats that they made to Letitia James about trying to prosecute a criminal. And so it's more than just education. America need to wake up and stop operating on the kids level. Stop operating on how I feel about somebody. It's not about your feelings. It's about who's qualified. And the person that you put in charge is not even qualified to go sweep the floor at McDonald's, in my opinion. Every business that he's ever been into, most of them failed. Every decision that he made in office, all of it was a flop. He enjoyed a great economy from Obama. He's going to enjoy a great economy from Biden. And then, so what these dumb people in America are going to say, oh, we had such a great economy when Trump was in charge. You had a great economy because he had a surplus when he walked in the door. And what did he do when he left out the door? The country was upside down. And that's exactly what he's going to do again. And in my opinion, the country is going to be worse off because he don't have any guardrails, and he's going to take all the money, fill his pockets up as much as he want to. He's going to fill up his pockets. He's going to fill up the rich pockets, and he's going to fill up his family pockets. And you're the one that's going to be left with the price tag and the destruction. And so, in my opinion, you got what you asked for. So just I really don't want to hear no complaining, and I don't really want to hear about how hard times are. And I don't even care. I don't even want to hear about you having to go back to your own country because this is what you voted for. And you always got to be careful of your decisions that you make in life because they do have consequences, and everybody's getting ready to pay a big price for the consequence that we made, for the choice that we made. And I don't say we, the choice that some people made, not everybody.
Okay.
The thing is, I like to say really
Yeah.
quickly is that we're talking about the wrong thing sometimes. And it just makes me shake my head of what we're talking about. We're talking about the Department of Defense. You have no say so. Talking about the Department of Education. You have no say so about what goes on in that cabinet. We're wasting time here. We should stay in the solution, not the problem. And yeah, in 2 years we get to vote them out. It's not what we're gonna do in 2 years, what we're gonna do today. And see, and that's the thing. You're talking to people about the Department of Defense and they can barely pay their bills. You're talking about the people about the cabinet positions or what was said by Donald Trump, even right now after the election. We're so concerned about the dumbest. I was about to use the word. But the
Don't do
thing
it.
is, that is the thing. We have to stop, get our head out of our donkey and get into the solution, not the problems. These people want to know what they can do today about what their food is going to go on their plate. They want to know what programs are left so they can get some help today, not tomorrow. They're more interested in how their kids are going to get to school and what the schools are going to look like today, not tomorrow. You got to
Yeah.
give them something to work with. We can't work with what the defense cabinet position is. That's beyond our control right now. But we can't talk about what we can control, talk about what we can do in our communities, what we can do in our homes. How is this going to affect us today? And what can we do today to combat us? How can to fix these things? Now, here's the thing. We're not talking about that like they talking about in Dalton, and she's talking about how we can get rid of it. No, she's talking about how it happened. You know, and the thing, that's a small, tiny town. And believe me, I've been there before. I've actually done business with their present mayor. So I know that community very well. And I know those people in that community. And that they can't solve a problem that, you know what, they have enough soldiers, enough people, enough community members to solve that problem. They can't even solve a tiny problem such as Miss Hilda because she's one step ahead of them. Because she reads those ordinances and those bylaws. She reads them and studies them. They don't. You got people with PhDs that are hoodwinked, and bamboozled. I tell a sister like it is. You've been hoodwinked and you've been bamboozled. Now you're blaming the community or what she did by giving away turkeys. And you're saying that it wasn't my fault. You are definitely responsible for it because you're a person in a position where you should be able to get ahead of this thing. You're chasing the tail. That's what I have to say.
You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the MacMan Morning Show. Good morning to great grand rising to all of you all. We're here with our panel. I said what I said, and Brother Lee, I'm here also. We just had a little extended time we wanted to give. Listen, folks, we're getting ready to probably get the answers that we need. We're going to have to go into our go in the conference, find out what do we need to do as a media partner. What do we need to do as someone that's getting the word out? What word are we going to get out? And Brother Lee, you're exactly right. We got to concentrate on and steer our efforts towards a solution. And I believe that there's some solutions that will come up. We're going to be talking about this. We're going to extend also our series tomorrow. We're going to be talking about various things pertaining to this. We need to get our plan together. What is the plan for going forward? Are we just going to sit here and cry and mourn and put our funeral clothes on, saying this is the funeral of our country? Or are we going to just sit? Or are we going to stand up and do what we need to do to make the change that's happening? And I believe that we can do that. We got the solutions to the problem. And the problem is, the solution to it is we got to be smarter. We're going to have to get our act together. We're going to have to continue to put before the people this issue. I'm James Mack. I'm your host. This is the MacMan Morning Show. I am glad that you are here. We had just a couple of minutes. Thank you, WKRA, for your opportunity to be on today. Thank you to all of you that are here for our executive director, our executive producer, forgive me, Dr. J, for our social media editor, Brother Ryan, for Brother Lee, our chief contributor and our chief correspondent. I said what I said. I'm James Mack. I'm here each and every morning at 9 a.m. WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial, and also live on YouTube. We'll be back here on tomorrow with another show. We're asking that you stay tuned. Thank you for being with us, all of our people that have come in, our new listeners and viewers. We'd like to say hi. Don't make yourself a stranger. Thank you, Paula. We see you all. We see you, Alice. I see you all. Thank you, Sharon. Everybody that's been on this morning. Thank you, Penelope. Hey to you. We'd like to say hello. Happy birthday to those that have birthdays. I think somebody had a birthday reminded me. But we'll be back on tomorrow on the MacMan Morning Show. This is James Mack, and we will be back on tomorrow. This is the MacMan Morning Show, WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. Don't forget also, folks, MacMan After Dark is coming on tonight. Don't forget at 7 o'clock. I said what I said, and her panel is going to be on, and they're going to have something real interesting. Let's support them. 7 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. That'll be 8 o'clock on the East Coast. We want to support all of our platforms that we do have. I'd like to say once again, we hope to see you here on tomorrow. We'll be back here with Brother Lee. Sister, I said what I said. And everyone that's involved here at the MacMan Morning Show, have a wonderful day. Enjoy your day. And we will see you on the other side.